Yoruba people will say that ibi tí ọba roko tì sí, ibẹ̀ ni ó ti gbé, which means from where you stop, you start from there. And that is exactly what we are going to do today. We'll start from where we stopped during the last episode. And the matter is the crisis rocking the Osun State chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Insightful Moments. My name is Jare Tiamiyu. Yes, during the last episode, we had a very explosive discussion with Mr. Raji Rashid Rokbo, who happens to be a loyalist of Ogbeni Aregbesola. That is, he belongs to the Osun Progressives. And he said a lot of things. He laid a lot of allegations to the table of the chairman of the party and also the members of Ileri Oluwa team in the state. And today we are going to be having another person from the other group. I will be speaking with the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Oyetola on student matters and social mobilization. And that is Comrade Kehinde Ayantunji. Comrade Ayantunji will be, responding to the allegations raised by Honorable by Mr. Raji Rashid Rokbo and the issues that actually come up from the last week World Congresses of the party. And I will be back with him after this very short time out. Please listen. Let's have a preamble of what we are going to be discussing. It is another beautiful day. Please, I'll be back. Thank you. Problem coming from? Is it from the party or from the government?
We're not talking about the governor. We're not talking about Oyetola. Oyetola still have some 300 and something days to spend in the office. We're talking about the party. It's not Oyetola that's going to be on the ballot. It's the party. Whosoever the party presented as a candidate, it's the logo of the party that's going to be on the ballot. Not Oyetola, not Ileri Oluwa.
This is exactly where we are picking it, where we stopped during the last episode. And this episode now, we'll be speaking with a person from the other group who will be telling us why it was done that way. And today I've been joined by Comrade Kehinde Ayantunji, as I said earlier. He's a Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Student Matters and Social Mobilization. Comrade Kehinde Ayantunji. Comrade, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much, Jare.
Yeah, I know you've watched the video of Top, whereby they have a lot of accusations against the party led by Prince Famodun. Let me ask you, what would be your immediate reaction to what they said before we now start picking it one by one after the other?
Well, let me first say that all I know is APC.
Okay.
Top is unknown to All Progressive Congress. Let me first establish that. It's very, very important. Secondly, there are bound to be dissenting voice in a political struggle. And the most important thing is the decision of the majority and the position of the party. The party is supreme. And whatever party decided is what all of us are going to stand by.
Before I let you go, you said Top is not known to APC Constitution. Yes. What of Ileri Oluwa? Is that one known to APC Constitution?
Yes, of course. Ileri Oluwa is not APC. Ileri Oluwa is a platform that masterminded the political ambition of Governor Adebiyi Oyetola. It's a campaign organization of Adebiyi Oyetola, campaign organization to become the governor. It's not an arm of APC. Rather, it's one and it's an aspect of no.
But it's a group.
It's a group. Not a group. It's a campaign organization.
Okay.
Within the APC, campaign organization.
Okay. So, let's now pick it from here. During the last Congress, they allege that when the APC Constitution says whenever you want to go for consensus, everybody must agree before you go in for consensus. Now that you went for consensus, when you have some dissenting voices, how do you manage that? How are you saying that those voices are not just significant to the party, or what is that? Why did you go for consensus? I know you belong to that group that supported consensus. Why did you go for that?
Let me clear this. I don't belong to any other.
Okay, you belong to the APC,
Yes.
and then you also supported consensus.
I supported the position of APC.
Okay.
You understand? That's the position of APC. And let me say this: we are just making issue out of none. Consensus is a tradition of APC. APC in 1999 started from AD, from AD to AC, from AC to ACN, from ACN to APC. And when you look at the trajectory of the formation of this party and transformation of this party from one platform to another, we have never have an elective congress because there is an entrenched leadership in this structure, and that's one of the major characteristics that differentiate this party from another party. Let me cite a very good instance. In 2007, when there was a merger of ACD that transformed to ACN, the party produced Alhaji Mashood Adeoti as the party chairman. It was a consensus, and the party even produced Principal Famodun as secretary. In fact, most of the elements who came from ACD then had wanted Principal Famodun to become the chairman, but because of the tradition of consensus in that party, they agree. Also, in 2010, shortly before Alhaji Mashood Adeoti became the secretary to the state government in Iwo, the state congress was held in Iwo. I was there. I participated in that congress and as a journalist, and it was also consensus. The former governor just came around 7 p.m. and he announced the decision of the party leadership to all of us in Iwo that the party has resolved that Adeoti will become the chairman. Likewise,
you said the former governor. Which of the former governors?
The former governor, Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola.
Okay.
He was the governor then, and as the leader of the party, he came to Iwo, and all of them, they mounted the rostrum in Iwo, and they announced to us that the decision of the party is that, because some people were even ready for election. It's no more today. Honorable Kadri Onikoko, Alhaji Fatai Adekola is still alive, Temilade Olokunboye, Sunday Akere. Those are the elements who fervently against the candidature of Adeoti. They were ready for election that day in Iwo, but when they came and they mounted the podium and they said the party leadership have resolved that Alhaji Mashood Adeoti should continue, Adeoti continue, and never did not fall. And few weeks later, Alhaji Adeoti became the secretary of the government. There was vacuum in the party. There was not even Congress that made Dadilowo Adebiyi chairman. He was a senatorial leader. He was the East senatorial leader. And when they got to the Agbaosun meeting, the headers meeting, the apex body of APC, Agbaosun, and the former governor told them that okay, the tradition of partners is that they should look for youngest senatorial leader, and that is why Dadilowo was made the acting chairman of the party for 4 years. There was no Congress that elected Dadilowo Adebiyi as the chairman. So therefore, what I'm saying in essence is that, and when Prince Famodun will also become a chairman, it was the Congress was held at the popular Nelson Mandela Freedom Park. So presided over by Nelson Erufai led committee, and it was also resolved that there should be a consensus. So what I'm saying in essence is that as far as this party is concerned, consensus is a tradition, and there is nowhere you have 100% consensus. But the explanation I have in respect of that is that, one, the party has a means of communicating to a member. It's a party affairs, and when they communicate to you and you have choose within yourself that I'm not going to attend this event, you have made up your mind to create division, to create commotion, to create crisis in the party. It's not the problem of everybody. For instance, let me say it very clear. Ask any one of them that are claiming that they are top member today. The last time any one of them had attended a regular party member, either at the leadership level, either at the world level, either at local government level, but they have deliberately alienated themselves from the party.
Are you aware that most of them are saying they were not informed of most of the decisions? Especially, let's talk about what happened hours to the Congress. When Honorable Aregbesola got to the states, the meeting that was held at the government house, secretary of the party, who happens to be the key to the secretariat, was not invited. According to him, he said he did not have any invitation to that meeting. Likewise, some stakeholders, a former governor of the state was not invited. A former chairman and former secretary of the state, that is Alhaji Mashood Adeoti that you have just mentioned, was not invited. Dadilowo Adebiyi and some other people were not invited. So why were they not invited?
Well, let me tell you this, that APC as a party has structure, and it has a good means of communicating with all members. I'm telling you that there is no decision at all level that was taken by the party without any public announcement in all available platforms. Let me tell you this. You know, they have been raising, and that's why you must be careful in taking most of their allegations very serious. Because 2 days before the arrival of the committee, they have even raised an allegation that the Mr. Governor, in connivance with the party leadership, have kidnapped the committee. Before the committee said it openly that they were just coming, they just arrived few hours ago. These are elements of inconsistent in some of their narrative. And let me tell you this, I'm telling you that nobody was excluded because it was an open invitation. Let me tell you this.
Are you aware?
Let me tell you this.
Okay, what means of communication?
Let me tell you. The party has different platforms.
Can you mention one that was used to raise threats to this?
Look, when you choose to be mischievous, let me tell you. Okay, who communicated the date of convention to them?
But that one was actually announced on the newspaper.
There is no party decision, either federal constituency meeting, either ward meeting, either state meeting that were not announced. And those, let me tell you this.
Are you saying that this meeting was announced? Fireworks.
It was announced.
Fireworks.
It was announced at all available platforms of
radio
APC.
Station.
It was a point. It was before the public knowledge. Now nobody look. Let me tell you this.
The meeting.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how APC operates. How APC operates is this: they will announce to everybody that we are going to have the local government leaders meeting tomorrow. Okay. Those that are eligible to be there, they already know. You understand? Let me tell you this, that they will announce that we have a ward meeting tomorrow. Okay. Those that are eligible to be there already know. They will tell you that we have a Aregbesola meeting tomorrow. Those that are eligible to be there will be there tomorrow. Look, I'm telling you authoritatively that there was nobody that was supposed to be at that meeting, either by proxy or directly, that were not invited. But let me tell you this is when you choose not to attend. The question you ask yourself is that at what time do these people have even ceased to be participating in APC activities? Okay. So these are the issues. Look, it's mischief, and when you choose not to attend an event, you will pick all manner of excuses. Okay. But it's before almost all this information before the public knowledge.
Comrade Ayantunji, yes. We'll go on a very short break for a moment now. But before we go into that, I would like you to respond to something which is very important. You said they have not been participating in the activities of the party. Yes. And they also said that the party secretariat has become a ghost town, that nothing is happening there. Can you react to that?
Well, that is completely not true. Okay. Because in recent time, even in the last 3 or 4 weeks, we have attended nothing less than 4 to 5 events at the party secretariat. When we were about to start the voters registration, I was at the party secretariat where the party chairman sensitized the party members on the need to educate those who are now 18 years or have lost their voters card to go back to the party secretariat. Not too long, I was at the party secretariat where they held a meeting with all the ward chairmen, the local government chairman of the party, on the modality that the party want to use to select the recently appointed caretaker committee. 3, 4, 5 days ago, 2, 3 days before the Congress, I was at the party secretariat where they held a state executive council meeting. I was at the party secretariat 4 days before the Congress. I was at the party secretariat. I saw the party secretary, and he resumed in his office. The chairman was in his office and he was meeting. So look, they just want to make issue out of none. That is the conclusion. So that is not true. It's a blatant lie. You understand? And let me tell you, the entire party activity is not at the state secretariat. The party started from the unit and the ward. So the question is that people are holding their ward meeting as at when due. They are holding their local government meeting as at when due. The different elders forum at different local governments are holding their meeting as at when due. The fundamental question you ask all of them that are calling themselves top law, when was the last time some of them even attended their elders meeting? When was the last time they attended some of their ward meeting? When was the last time they attended their local government meeting? We had our local government meeting, but we're not too long. We did not cite any one of them. So they have resolved that they will continue to embarrass the party, and they have really annihilated themselves from the party to make issue out of none. That is not the simple matter. The matter is very simple.
We'll go on a very short break now. When we are back, Comrade Ayantunji is still with us and we'll continue the discussion. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
I was built to be you the best.
Day by day, governance is becoming more meaningful in Osun as dividends of democracy are delivered to the people's doorsteps. Governor Isiaka Adebiyi Oyetola has continued to put smiles on the faces of old and young. Active civil servants now receive new minimum wage, while pensioners also smile to bank at end of every month. Artisans and market women now praise the governor. Osun is now witnessing a holistic development in education, healthcare, economy, agriculture, and tourism. Osun is now the choice location for businesses for both local and international investors. The state under Oyetola is giving priorities to people's needs, despite the paucity of funds, as projects are commissioned at intervals. Gboyega is working, Osun is progressing.
Yeah, welcome back from that very short break. My guest, the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Gboyega Oyetola on Student Matters and Social Mobilizations, Comrade Kehinde Ayantunji, is still with us. Comrade, thank you for staying with us. So now, let's talk about this. We were talking about the meeting that preceded the Congress, and it was held at the government secretariat, government house, rather. So why was it held at the government house and not the party secretariat?
Well, as I've told you, I may not be speaking for the party entirely, but the issue is this. Governor Adebiyi Oyetola is the leader of APC in Osun today by the convention and consent of APC. Secondly, all those that supposed to attend the meeting are members of APC. And APC, as of today, is the ruling party in Osun. So if they want to have a stakeholder meeting and decided to have it at the government house, I think there are no issue. The question you should ask is that whether anybody was prevented from attending the meeting or not. And up to today, I have not seen anyone who show any evidence that he was invited to the meeting at the government house and he or she was prevented from attending the meeting. They are just, look, let me tell you, when Adeoti was elected as the chairman of the party, are you saying Iwo was the state headquarters of APC? So look, everything is at the discretion of the party.
The question is this: we all know that some people have not been part of the government.
Yes,
they've annihilated themselves.
They choose to. Nobody
according to
annihilated
what
them.
you said,
they choose to annihilate
themselves. They have not been part of the government,
and they
so now when you know that some people have not been part of the government, and you now scheduled a meeting for the government house, and you know they have not been part of the government, they have not been moving in and out of the government house in the recent times. What was the mission?
There is nothing hidden about this.
Okay.
The question is straightforward. They are a member of APC. The evidence I'm asking them, and I challenge them to provide that evidence, is that we approach the government house to attend this meeting and they deny us access.
But you have not provided the evidence of invitation to them.
You said?
You have not provided the evidence of invitation to them.
The party has a platform. I've told you, the party has different platform. They normally use to invite everybody to a meeting. But when there is such meeting, you know that you are not eligible to be here, and you know you are eligible to be here. So you cannot conclude. It's a lie that party, they know, they are aware of the meeting. They choose not to attend. You understand? And when you have chosen within yourself,
but that they staged a protest some hours before the meeting.
Who staged a protest?
As in the top members.
Is that a protest or drama?
Wherever you call it, but we saw it as a protest as journalists. But whatever you call it, they staged the protest. Some hours to the meeting.
The best of my knowledge, when somebody decided to be dancing in the forest and you call that a protest. Protest is a serious expression of anger and grief, not that drama by tiny minority of the people. And just look. We must begin, even as the media. This is a stage of responsibility. We must know who are serious. We must know who are dramatizing. You understand? When you get that protest, you will know that this is just a child's play that is meant to distract a legitimate process of what Congress. You know what I'm saying in essence is this: everybody attended the meeting called by the chairman of the convention committee appointed by the national secretariat, and whosoever. I've not seen one person that said I approached the government house the venue of the meeting and they prevented me. So, but you must understand these people. I told you that they have never been consistent in their narrative. Sometimes they will say somebody has been kidnapped. Sometimes they said they did not give them a short seat. Sometimes they said the party chairman has even ordered the entire form from Abuja. So when you look at the inconsent of the argument, you hardly take them serious. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves at this level, but we have to state the fact as it is so that people will know who are lying and who are saying the truth. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot be undermining the authority of the party and you think people will be happy about that. People can never be happy about that. As it stands today, Prince Aregbesola Famodun is the caretaker chairman of our party, and Malambuli is the national caretaker committee of our party. Whatever directive they give us, what we are going to obey as a party. But when you now choose to do your own in your own way and you begin to dramatize at one corner of your room and you call that a protest, that's not a protest.
Comrade, let's look at it from this other aspect. Let's look at it from this other aspect now. Now that you've called them tiny minority, according to you, election is less than 12 months.
Tiny.
Less than 12 months now, and you are having this kind of crisis some months to the election. Don't you think it's sending a wrong signal to the community, to the people that are not partisan, and to the electorate outside there?
Yeah, as I've rightly said, that it's unfortunate, very quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation because of the personal ambition, because of the selfish interests of some minority, as I've said earlier. It's very, very unfortunate. But what I want to assure the people is that APC as a party, we have our reconciliation mechanism, and at an appropriate time, we don't really come together as a party, we don't really come together as a formidable force. But what we are saying in essence is that the beauty of democracy is that the majority should have their way, minority should have their say. But whereby you want to impose the will of the tiny minority on majority, then really it cannot work. And that's the issue we're having. When you say you want to have elective Congress, and the majority said the position of the party is consensus, and they even invited you to come and discuss this consensus, you choose not to attend at all level, because you are only talking about the state level. This issue were discussed at the federal constituency level. This issue were discussed at the local government level, even at some world level. I participated at all level of this process. But some of them have chosen not to attend because they have their mind that they want to have a parallel executive. But at a period when they discovered that they were even minority to the extent that they were even begging people to come and collect their form, at a level that they discovered that this thing cannot work, they were now looking for all opportunity to taint the integrity of that process. You understand? After they realized that our dissenting voice is minority and our dissenting voice cannot be imposed on the majority, they now begin to strategize on now to mess the integrity of the process. But I thank God they are not succeeded in that. At our Congress, which is consensus all through, INEC were represented, all the party structure that are supposed to be there were there. And I thank God that except little crisis in some places, largely it was peaceful and commendable.
Let me say this. We all know what is happening, and then the leadership of the party, especially former Governor Aregbesola, is the head of this group. And we know that no matter the case, he still has some people following him. Is there any crisis between the two leaders that you, as follower of Governor Oyetola, have seen? And then is there any way of resolving it as soon as possible?
And let me tell you this. People are just using the name of the former governor to pursue their personal agenda. This I've been with Governor Oyetola as his appointee for over a year now. There is no way he sat me down and told me that I'm fighting Ogbeni Aregbesola. Let me say this. Everybody in this system now, everybody in this system now, whether you call yourself top or you call yourself Iliroluwa, we are one time or the other aides or ally, you understand, and supporter of former governor Aregbesola. So nobody can completely detach himself from Governor Ralph Aregbesola. But you know, some people who felt that they want to continue perpetually in power, and they think that the best way to push out a narrative is to create an artificial crisis between the incumbent governor and the former governor. I've not also seen anywhere where the former governor openly declare that he has issue with the current governor. He's successors now. You understand?
But the former governor has come to the state separately without even visiting the sitting governor. You know, when he went to Ekiti State, he visited Governor Fayemi at the government secretariat. That's less than a week later. He came to Osun State and he was commissioning a project, some matters to the government secretariat, and he didn't pay a visit to the governor. What are we saying? And you are saying that there is no crisis. What exactly is the definition of crisis that is bigger than this?
Maybe you will assist me to define that, but this is the former governor that was hosted by the incumbent governor when he was appointed by the minister.
That was more than a year ago.
This is the former governor who came to the secretariat to come and pay a visit to Governor Gboyega Oyetola here. This is the former governor that had a closed-door meeting less than a year with the leader of the party, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and former governor Chibisi Akande in Nela. If the former governor choose that, okay, my visit to Osun will not be extended to the government house, that is his choice. You should not read any minute to it. To the best of my knowledge,
but the former governor had a birthday that was not attended by any of the appointees of the present governor, even the governor himself.
That is a lie.
The former governor was in Elisha during the registration of the party, and we all saw what he said. It's not that Jare is talking now. It was what he said, and these are things that we all saw. We all saw it happening in the state.
That is a lie.
Okay.
The last birthday of Governor Aregbesola was attended by a representative of the government.
Were you there?
I was not there, but I will tell you the name of the person that attended. Taiwo Akeju, Commissioner for Political Affairs and Intergovernmental Matter. This recent visit, when he came to commission the correctional center, the facility of correctional in Osogboye, the government was represented by the secretary to the state government. So these are false narratives that people push out to create a false impression.
But what he said then was
look,
not
to
false
the best
narrative.
of my knowledge, the former governor and the current governor belong to APC, and they are both followers of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Those that claim to be the supporter of the former governor, who felt that they were unable to continue in government perpetually, they are the one creating artificial crisis.
Like who? Like who?
I won't mention them, but you know them.
Okay.
They are the one granting interview and claiming that the process of consensus that we used to produce them as leaders of the party, that the party has used to even produce them as an appointee, that are now saying is no more, because they felt that their excesses could no longer be tolerated in the party.
Kehinde Ayantunji,
yes.
I want to still ask. We are going to have the state congress very soon.
Yes, of course.
Are you producing is Prince Gboyega Famodun continuing as the chairman, or you are bringing a fresh blood?
Well,
as requested by them.
What I'm going to say is that one thing is very certain. The party has agreed that all our congresses will be through consensus. If it is the wisdom of the party that Prince Gboyega Famodun should continue, so be it. Okay. You understand? And I know at appropriate time, if it remain the wish of the majority of the party, he will definitely
as
continue.
A person, are you rooting for him to continue?
You said?
As a person, are you rooting for him to continue?
If I have opportunity to vote tomorrow as a delegate in that election, I will vote for Prince Adegboyega Famodun as the chairman of APC in Osun.
Kehinde Ayantunji, let's conclude this conversation now. Is there room for reconciliation? Are you thinking of bringing the top members to the table and resolve, or is it going to be a battle to finish?
It can never be a battle to finish. They are all members of APC.
Okay.
They have rights and privileges as a registered member of APC. As a committed member of APC, they have rights and privileges. Definitely, the party will embrace them. No, but APC is not the property of anybody. You understand? Anybody in the leadership now is tentative. APC is property of all of us. But what we are saying is that you cannot impose the will of the minority on the majority. That is the point. Let the majority have their way. As a minority, have your say. And when the majority have their way, embrace the popular decision. Not that you now insist that even if you are wrong, your position is the best and your position must be accepted by the party. It is difficult. That is not democracy. I don't know how they define their own democracy. I don't know how they define their own party administration. Because the issue is very clear. It's very clear in the sense that all the structure, all the layers of the party are saying yes. Some individuals are saying no. You cannot be above the party. Party is supreme. Party is supreme to the governor, is supreme to the deputy governor, is supreme to the speaker of the State House of Assembly. So as an individual, you cannot impose your will. That's the point we are making. But anybody that is ready for genuine reconciliation, the governor just said it yesterday, because all of us, we are one family. And we have demonstrated in this state that APC and Progressive is the best party that can rule Osun as a state. So therefore, as one family, if you still believe in that ideology, if you still believe in that tendency, definitely we still reconcile together.
What if they don't believe? They should go. If they don't believe, they should go.
No, we cannot say anybody should go. It's a choice.
But if they are saying that Governor Oyetola shouldn't come for another time, because, you know, we hear it every day, this thing of Ambode or son of a thing, is that exactly what is actually provoking people from your group?
No, that one can never provoke us, because every power belongs to God. The power to choose the candidate of APC in 2022 election belong to the members of APC, and the power to also validate it to become official equally belong to the good people of Osun. So if anybody is arrogating the power that he or she does not possess to himself, you will know that he's fooling himself. So all this process will be decided by our party and will be entirely decided by the people of Osun, and we have to measure our performance to the glory of God. We are so confident about our acceptability within the party, within the general populace in Osun State at its stand today. So therefore, we have no reason to fear. If somebody is saying Ambode Osun, his opinion is entitled to it. If somebody is a one-time governor, his opinion is entitled to it. But if you are to gauge the reality and the correct mood of our party today, definitely Governor Adebiyi Oyetola is in the mind and the soul of the members of APC. If we also gauge the mood of the people in the state, we will know that Governor Adebiyi Oyetola has successfully planted himself in the heart and soul of the people of Osun. So we have no fear, rather than we pray to Almighty God to continue to assist us to continue to achieve most of the projects, most of the things that we are doing, that we are using to cushion the effect of the hardship in the state. So all we need is that let's just sustain this development drive, and we are going to have a very comfortable lead in the next election.
The minority will have their say, and the majority will have their way. That is from Comrade Kehinde Ayantunji and his contribution to the crisis rocking the Osun State chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Okay, on that note, I want to say, Comrade, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
We'll continue to monitor what is happening in your party, and we believe that the crisis will get to an end as soon as possible.
Definitely,
but
very soon.
If you say you want to continue, we'll continue to.
No, it's one family, and I can assure you that no distant time we close the rank and shame all those that are expecting perpetual crisis in our party.
They will shame all those that are expecting perpetual crisis in their party. I know I'm not one of those who are expecting perpetual crisis. And on that note, I want to say, join me on the other side. Thank you.
Yes, according to him, there is a room for reconciliation, but he cannot give us the terms and conditions. And also he said, top member must come back to the mainstream of the All Progressives Congress. He also said that Famodun emerged as a consensus candidate. Adebiyi emerged as a consensus candidate. Likewise, Alhaji Moshood Adeoti, during their elections, all of them, according to Kehinde Ayantunji, emerged as consensus candidates. We'll continue to watch what is happening in the Osun State chapter of the All Progressives Congress as we move. The election is very near. The election is less than 12 months, and we'll see where these squabbles will lead the party. That is how far we can go. Thank you for being part of it. And please ensure you subscribe. You don't just watch our video and go. Just click on that button that says subscribe. And on the bell button, which means that whenever we upload a new video, you'll see it. Thank you so much for being part of the show. My name is Jare Tiamiyu. See you some other time. Bye for now.